For this project, I wanted to interview some of my immediate family members to analyze differences between generations and also differences in societies that each generation grew up in. I wanted to discuss different controversies that were important for each generation, as well as discuss some aspects of family life and how it plays a role. What I was hoping to get out of these interviews was some different answers, but also some overlapping responses from my family, since we all grew up raised by one another. I'll provide further explanations of my findings from these interviews within my rationale. So, unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties, I wasn't able to obtain footage of my grandma answering these questions, but I will provide you with some of her answers. As far as important societal controversies going on while she was growing up, she talked a lot about war, whether it was World War II or the Korean War, and then when she had her kids, the Vietnam War was going on. She mentioned how it was scary not knowing if a family member was going to be drafted to the war, and how she talked about war a lot in her school growing up. As far as her views on war, she believed that as long as the war was being specifically fought for our country, then she was supportive, but she didn't like when we would get involved in other countries' battles. She also mentioned how war is still a big controversy in today's society. For family life, she talked about how her family was close and her mom was often home with the kids while her dad worked as a pharmacist, but there was always open conversation within the family about different controversies going on at the time, such as war. Even once she had children of her own, they still discussed war and societal controversies. Now I'm going to move on to the interview with my mother, who is one of my grandmother's children. For question one, what is or was major controversial topics discussed during the years you were growing up?
Abortion, drugs, and alcohol.
Okay, and what were your views on the topic at the time, and have they changed as you've grown up?
My views on abortion were women should be allowed to have an abortion if it was necessary for their health, for rape, for any necessary option for them. I don't think that it should be something that is totally a man's decision of what's right. I think if it's medically necessary, I think a woman should be allowed to have an abortion.
Okay, and what is an important controversial topic you think, or a controversial topic you think is important in society right now?
Definitely gun control.
Okay, and how do you feel about it, if you would like to share some of your views?
I feel that the young population needs to get out there and do something about the gun control. I feel that it's not necessary that we have assault weapons. I do not feel that anybody under the age of 21 should be allowed to purchase a gun, especially an assault weapon, without any supervision. And I just hope the young population get out there and do something about it, because it's an important issue in our society today.
Okay, and the next question, what was your family life like growing up?
My family life was good. Family was important. My parents worked hard to provide for their family. We had family dinners. Grandparents were important. Spending time together.
Okay, and then while spending time with your family, did you ever discuss these societal controversies that were important at the time?
Yes, my parents felt that being open and honest was the best policy in our life. If you wanted to smoke cigarettes, then smoke cigarettes at home. Tell your parents you are smoking cigarettes. Don't hide it. Just opening up and being honest about things in your life was an important issue with your parents.
Okay, so for the first question, it's what is or was a major controversial topic discussed during the years you were growing up?
A major controversial topic discussed when I was growing up would be gay rights.
Okay, and what were your views on the topic at the time? And have those views changed since you've grown up?
No, my views haven't fully changed. I have always been supportive of gay rights because I've grown up accepting people for who they are, so that's my views on it, and it hasn't changed.
Okay, and then what's a controversial topic you think is important in society right now?
Right now, I would say that gun control is a big controversial topic.
And do you have any feelings you'd like to share about it? You don't have to.
Um, I don't know what side I really stand on, so no, I don't really have a view yet.
Okay. And the next question is what was your family life like growing up?
My family life growing up was like I was close to with my parents and my siblings, and my family was always around, so it was a good life growing up.
And did you ever discuss these societal controversies with your family while growing up?
I think the most time I spent talking about it would be with my mom, if anyone, but anyone was open to talking about issues if there were them.
Okay, and that is it.